Burn a would-be Titans attacker. Massive demo by Tricky Zicky. As Blitz is looking for another chance. That's actually to come down, and Ove can they get it?
Plays stand tall, but still back down where Tricky Zeki can get to it. Now we'll try to bully it. Gets the demo. That will set up Ove from an angle. No! Oh! Off the post. First time that we've seen in a while from Ganon. Puts it right back to Olvi. The ceiling Yoko. Extra touch in hand as well. Got some demo support. It's open. No! Off the crossbar.
Oh! Not a lot in the tank. A little bit of time. If they can get this one, no. Stellar will sky it out, and that means Odds will back up, looking for one extra.
We'll trade hands, play catch. And now they're on it all the way up to the ceiling. Odds. Extra touch. Nobody back. Hello? Had to stay put. From his third man position, look at that dive from Kaiser and Chan. But it's just a matter of one player that can really get things going, even if it is a youngster.
Ian's gonna call up the second effort. Third man will come through, and they will be dropped at the goal line, right at the pipeline. Cyber will get there. Ian as well. It's to the backboard. Big demo. Cyber, can they get it to the third eventually? Five. You'd be like, all right, this guy's been handing you stuff. Solace gives him a chance, but you gotta land this on target, and he surely did.
The Falcons.
Parabola, it hit the negative angle, and we're all tied up and going into game 5.
This man is a menace. We saw him turn into that 1v2 situation where you're space, and now the chunk. Depending on that read, gets a good one. Cyber's up for the shot, and will tuck it in far side.
Being the solution for the flanks that are coming out of NCSU Red could either be the info of the sound from the calls that Dokkaebi gives, or hacked cams that Doobie could have gotten later in the round, and both of those two operators just got absolutely killed very early on by Gavin. It's a rough start for St. Ambrose, and although they're reaching open boiler and pressuring towards a plant, NCSU just have so many bodies on site. Monty needs to do so much damage, and he's not even going to find anything reinforced. Peeking around beyond the shield, gets one, gets a second, and Hydra once again finding the last kill, closing it out in once again a flawless defense.
Site, these Grim Bees will be able to not get any info, but push that player out of their position. A drone also will be able to just give them a semblance of where these last 3 players are.
30 seconds left and 2 smoke canisters. One actually used very early, although St. Ambrose have not dropped onto site at all. NCSU not really saving their utility for the plant denial, but wasting time anyways on a shield atop library. 15 seconds left. St. Ambrose completely doubled up, playing bodies, playing off of each other, but they're still very worried about a flank that for this round finally is not coming out of NCSU. The site players are holding it down though, and Cypher taking the head clean off of the last player for St. Ambrose. And although they answer Doobie, that's a great shot and a much needed one. As now, time working in their favor. 40 seconds left on this retake. Momo finding his way all the way from basement to a flank position. Finds one under reinforce. It's a great kill. Do not need to confirm that at all. And as Claymore finds a kill onto Momo, blah blah finally finding the cut. Unfortunately for them, fortunately, they sit in man advantage, so even just a few seconds that go astray doesn't really mean all that much. But they're really milking this time. They're not really doing anything. 15 seconds left, and yeah, they have the advantage, but they're forced into uncomfortable fights. A double kill for Momo. He swings for third, and he finds it. And a trade from St. Ambrose. And kills on kills on kills, and a trade from Doobie the very last second. It's 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. And St. Ambrose, although they sat at a man deficit when it came into that execute, they come out with a victory, 7-4 on the first map of our series.
Have enough info on the bomb site, and sure, NC State has done a lot of work so far. Momo, he's able to get one. El Brapo with another, and now it goes from an advantage to an evened out 3-3 and no info with it.
St. Ambrose digging their feet in and finding so many kills, but what? NCSU just hit the go button and find so many kills on site. A great hold on the op, and he's just such low HP that a single bullet takes him down onto the ground, and yet another pick going St. Ambrose's way. Reinforced with a double, keeping his team in this, and he's sitting at match point, but he's not letting nerves get to him. He's getting kill after kill after kill. Talked about him doing well, talked about him at 12-6. He's the only player for his team that's doing anything.
I was going to say poorly timed swing, but reinforce. You don't want to overheat. You sure want to get kills, and that's exactly what he does. Puts Fabled in a 1v2, but he knows exactly where these last 2 players are.
now. Series point for St. Ambrose. 30 seconds left and just a hot breach onto site, getting themselves all the space that they need. Fable tucked away in bathroom. Once again, these feed holes not doing...
I mean, I feel like based on that, if you're SNHU, you got a new #1 priority target to start going after it, not allowing them to have the high ground.
Oh, but the moment you turn your back on Comp Grinders, there to put a pulse.
Bonus to this next fight, the advantage when it comes to ults, and they get an early pick.
That's how you break open that high ground defense. Finder. Crazy Cat, with that recent OWCS experience, has dealt with all the threats being thrown their direction. Been able to survive thus far, but self-destruct from Blobfish, they're not going to be able to get back in mech. The shield is there to protect everybody, and eventually Michigan will whittle this defense down. We're looking at a 1-1 tie line. Tied score line as we head into map 3. Comp Grinders not going to land it. Wanted to get it in, just hits the ground on it. You have a 3v1 versus ultimate weapons. They find themselves in a mismatch, but it's left everybody else with the advantage on the point. And Helios is overclocked. The last lap, the X factor here for SNHU Sapphires. They take the 2-1 lead in the series. Very, very well. Not quite as good as a Tracer, but doesn't play as long on the outside of the Tracer. More in the thick of things than a Tracer is. Fortunately, Helios not able to get in the thick of that one as Dino returns on a Cassidy. And man, what a great pick. Talk about what you don't see very often. They got caught Sapphire off guard. This is 3 kills on the board for Sapphire. All 3 of them here at the hands of the Peacekeeper from Dino. Good swap, good timing. Rampage ready to go. Never mind, point blank on the far. Santa Vestin has opened up this fight. It's going to be a 99-9 in Endeavor. 2 hit by the Rampage. Psychic just cleanses themselves. Zebra is still low. Santa Vestin gets 3. The overclock on the back of the barrage will find exactly what the Slugs need to push this one over the edge. Take Lijiang Tower.
Hey, but,
Oh, what a sad sound from Consta.
I got to give it up to UCLA, though. After that, both teams will be 3-2. UCLA needs to continue to win the next 2 points and then win map number 5. Big pulse.
Yeah, catches Foxes Deluxe with no fade. That was a fade.
For Converse, but fighting through is just so crazy from Dip.
Maybe you were saying they're welcome here. Never mind, Puffin. They just built Diff right now. Oh my god! You rip Pinchy to rip the head off of Avian. Lead headshot, it's 2Z. Fires through the smoke, gets a little bit more, but Ping, that is a look for the double tap up. Good shots here from Benji, gets rid of Greasy, but now you gotta take down 4 more players. And it's looking good, okay!
Being taken by Dorag right now. Nick has to stop this.
They're gonna try their best right now. Durag trying to run away. 11 on the levels. And all trying to step away. Is the reset gonna come through though? If Honor is able to tag this one, you might be able to burn it away, but it's a smite down. Durag is able to smite it, but are you gonna be able to get the Herald itself? Right now, this is a dive. In goes the Garden as MXT has to run away. All once again falls for their own. A nice rupture brings MXT to close. But it's too little too late. Never Story though around the corner, ready to try and get an axe down, but there's slow and a half. Exhaust comes in, plus the charm. Never Story doesn't get to write a story right now as the bullet time brings them to a close. Flower trying to chase away. Gumby throws out yet another Q, trying to keep them safe, but the shutdown goes Honor's way. So Death and Glory blossoming here in the top side for both teams.
They set up with a Death Wish and ambush, although...
Yeah, you know what? You're okay with this. You are still alive and you're out and safe. That allows Gumby to come in. Bullet time does work. Mopitos getting shredded. DP straight to the backside as Ken and Honor realize that they are routed. Yes, the rupture slows you down, but MXC coming around the side. Another bandage shot slowing them down. Ken turns on Flower, but that leaves Honor completely alone. Dishonored on that end. Ken gets the chomp down in the shutdown, and they're going to lily pad their way down to the bot lane tower, but it's still going to be a rough one, to say the least. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Gumby is trying to press this wave up into Nick's face, and Ken, the poor dinosaur, gonna be hunted like they're Monster Hunter Wilds here. This is a big bounty on their head as all gets revenge. Don't die and you take 2 inhibs, maybe even take Ken's life. I'll be very impressed. Multi-shields coming up here as Ken loses the Ceres, and you're gonna try and dance this, and you got the laser shutdown for Gumby as the Ravens have lost out on so much now, and that's MXC going cool. No one else coming in for backup. We are gonna take the fight, but Beatles is chopped down. The Academy of Rain reigns on their parade. Never Story's story is shut, closed, and locked away, and Honor will be deleted. It's a triple for the Flower that blossoms at the end of this game.
Gumby low on health, low on mana, still in the enemy base. Brother, you got no ghost.